Soak the garlic in water to encourage root growth. Garlic planted in soil this way will grow faster. This is a method for rapid rooting of garlic. Prepare 1 plastic bottle for rooting for each garlic bulb. Peel the outer skin layers off the garlic bulbs. Then, trim the tops of the cloves with a knife. Do this with each garlic bulb you want to root faster. Even if it has already started to sprout a green stem, trim it. This procedure stimulates the garlic to grow faster and accelerates rooting. Cut off the top part of the plastic bottles. Shorten the bottles and insert the inverted top part into them. Pour water into the prepared bottles. Place the garlic bulbs in them. The bottom part of the bulb must be submerged in water. Check, change, and top up the water daily. Keep the garlic on the windowsill, but not in direct sunlight. After a few days, the garlic will have substantial roots and will sprout young stems. After 1 to 2 weeks, it's time to plant them. Separate the bulbs with roots. As you can see, the roots are beautiful. If you wait longer to plant, you'll see the garlic forming cloves. Soak the garlic in a bowl of water and add some salt. Soak the garlic for about 15 minutes. Salt protects the garlic from pests and prevents fungal diseases. Then dry it. If you want, plant some of the garlic in a pot. It can be placed on a windowsill. These conditions will ensure you have garlic quickly at home. Plant the rest of the garlic in the garden. I plant garlic on newspapers, but I'll talk about planting garlic on newspapers in the next video. So stay tuned for updates.
Welcome on my channel. Today I will show you the best way to sow small seeds. Anyone who has ever sown carrots knows that it is not an easy task. The small seeds grow too close together and require thinning. The trick for sowing carrots with starch is brilliant. It greatly simplifies the start of cultivation. To prepare the starch, we only need 1 ingredient, potato starch. It is natural and safe to use in the garden. As you can see on the video, I add 2 tablespoons of potato starch to a cup of cold water and vigorously mix it. No lumps should form. Then I pour the mixture into boiling water. Remember to keep stirring. When the water starts to evaporate, a jelly will form. Look at the spoon. The starch should coat it. Then I know that the mixture is ready. Then I cool the jelly and add my favorite carrot seeds to it. We need to mix everything thoroughly so that the seeds are evenly distributed in the pot. The starch will dissolve the waxy coating on the seeds. This will make them germinate faster in the soil. Additionally, it will provide appropriate watering of the carrot in the soil. I pour the mixture into a measure and go to the garden. Earlier, I prepared the beds. Good soil preparation is essential. Fork it thoroughly to break up lumps and remove as many stones as possible. Carrots thrive in light, well-drained but moisture-retentive soil, so it's also worth adding some well-rotted organic matter. Then I slowly pour the starch into the ground. You can see in the recording that the seeds distribute themselves at the right intervals. Remember that the soil under the carrot must be weeded and loosened. Do not fertilize the soil beforehand because it may attract pests. We can also use a regular bottle to sow carrots with starch. It will be more precise. This way, we can also sow dill, radish, and other small seeds. We sow carrots from March to the end of May. Carrots don't require too much care. Aim to keep the soil around them weed-free, although once the carrots start to grow strongly, their foliage will shade out most weeds. Water occasionally. What do you think of this sowing method? Will you try it in your garden? If you liked this video, leave a like and subscribe. It will mean a lot to me. See you in the next video. Just a handful of these seeds is enough for the ZZ plant to start sprouting new leaves. Here's a clever trick that an old gardener showed me. His plants were always lush and healthy. Although the ZZ plant is not demanding, new leaves don't appear on it too often. To stimulate the plant, it needs to be nourished. Take a handful of sunflower seeds. You can buy them in almost any supermarket. Then, put them in a blender and grind them into a fine powder. Pour potting soil into a bowl. Add the ground sunflower seeds to it and mix well. The ZZ plant likes fertile soil. Sunflower seeds stimulate root growth. They nourish the plant. The leaves become darker and greener after them. The ZZ plant starts sprouting new leaves. Add this mixture when repotting the plant into a larger pot or sprinkle it on top of the soil. Water generously, and you're done. Making this fertilizer costs pennies and takes less than 5 minutes. This fertilizer is for free. Simply water your orchids with it to encourage the growth of new leaves. Orchids are very temperamental plants, and many people struggle with their care. If you want to see new leaves, make sure to provide proper nutrition for your orchid. To prepare this fertilizer, you only need one ingredient. Put rice into a jar and pour warm water over it. Wait a few hours until the water becomes cloudy. This suspension is rich in silicon, iron, magnesium, phosphorus, zinc, potassium, and vitamins. Use it to water your orchid and nourish its roots and stems. You can also use cooled water from cooked rice. This fertilizer is like a vitamin bomb and also has a hydrating effect. Repeat the process every 2 or 3 weeks. You will quickly notice that the plant starts to produce new shoots. Rice water alters the soil's acidity and protects against diseases. You can also use it to water other potted plants. Always before planting tomatoes in the ground, I put this in the soil. Thanks to this method, tomato yields are bigger and healthier. It's time to plant tomatoes in the ground, but before you do that, prepare the soil. Just add these ingredients to make the vegetables grow healthier. In this video, I will show you the best method for preparing your crops. I dig a hole where I will plant the grown tomato seedling. I never throw away ash during the winter season. Wood ash contains many valuable nutrients. During plant flowering and fruit formation, potassium, which is found in ash, is particularly valuable. It strengthens and nourishes the plant. We put a handful of ash at the bottom of the hole and mix it with the soil. Then we take eggshells. We crush them in our hands and also put them in the soil. Eggshells are made up of easily absorbable calcium in 80%. This mineral component is responsible for activating enzymes and positively influencing the development of the plant's root system. Additionally, eggshells contain zinc, fluorine, sulfur, and silicon. But that's not all. We also add onions as the third ingredient to the soil, specifically onion skins. The carotene contained in them is an antioxidant and a strong immune system stimulator. It increases plant resistance to diseases and fights fungal and bacterial diseases. B vitamins are effective tools for accelerating seedling growth. They strengthen the roots and stems of plants. We add a generous handful and cover it with soil. The prepared soil is now ready for the seedling. Tomatoes should be planted on a cloudy day, but with warmed soil. This way, the seedlings will establish better. The seedling should be 15 to 30 centimeters tall. We tamp the soil around it, and it's done. If you have some eggshells left, crush them and create a circle around the stem. It will act as a natural barrier against snails. The sharp eggshells will deter pests. Under the influence of moisture, the eggshells will slowly dissolve, releasing calcium into the soil. Such planted seedlings will be safe. The richness of nutrients in the soil will strengthen, root, and nourish our crops. I always plant my crops this way, and in summer I gather vegetables in full baskets. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and give it a thumbs up. Visit my channel where I upload new videos and tips every day.